Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another quick post-fight analysis video. All right, y'all, got to catch up here. Dana White's Contender Series. I watched the previous fight, which I probably already dropped the video before this one, but had to go back and watch that one from last week, and now I had to come back and watch this one again. Valesca Machado versus Piera Rodriguez. Good strawweight fight. I know a lot of people, they felt like this was a bit of a robbery. Very close fight, though. It was tough. I think that Machado, she did enough to win, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But Piera Rodriguez, I could see where she won it, especially when you're going by judges' scorecards. That's why I always say, like, an opponent, you have you have to battle four opponents. You have to battle the one in the octagon with you and the three judges. Sometimes the referee. So sometimes you have five. But I think for Machado in this fight, she did a really good job with her feints and her striking. But she was letting Piera Rodriguez hit her with too many clean shots. Also, scoring those takedowns. Sometimes takedowns don't mean much if you don't do enough with it, but there's some judges that just like takedowns even over effective striking. To me, I think Machado landed some beautiful shots. I think overall she had more of a polished technique, but it was but it was Rodriguez who had more of a, I think she showed more dog in there. She definitely showed more dog when it came down to the end. She was busted up. But she kept pushing. Machado, I think she needed to step on the gas and look for the finish because going into this fight, Rodriguez was already seen as the favorite. So it was up to Machado to not take this thing to the cards. And I think she definitely had the striking to end it. She just didn't fully step on that gas and step on them shots enough. I think she needed more leg kicks and she needed to set up that right hand a bit more off the jab. But real quick, going back and looking at the fight, Machado, she was opening up nicely with, that speedy movement, good feints, busy off top, jabs, head and body, making Rodriguez think about the speed, which way she was coming, good hard leg kicks. Rodriguez, though, she was the harder puncher. She landed some good single right hands that would get a reaction out of Machado. One landed and looked like Machado went down. I think it caught her like on the temple, but at the same time, it looked like the way she stepped out of range, it was kind of a slip. So I don't know if they counted that as a knockdown or, one of the judges might have counted that as a knockdown or was it a slip. But she bounced back up and went right back to work. Rodriguez, she got a takedown, but Machado bounced back up. Rodriguez, she used her timing to clinch up, to land some good strikes a couple of times, that dirty boxing on the inside. Machado, she needed to sit down and get more respect because she did fight off these takedown attempts a few times with some good elbows and knees, but it was a close round. I think Rodriguez, she edged it out, and because she did take more. I think she took more visible damage, but I think Rodriguez, she definitely edged it out with that takedown and some of that dirty boxing on the inside. And again, like I said, that knockdown. The second round, though, Machado started off with some good feints again, sticking and moving, landing in volume. But Rodriguez, she was using her timing, just waiting to land the stiffer shots. As Machado stepped in, like I said, head on the line. You can be fast, but if your head is on the line, timing is all that your opponent needs to hurt you. You know what I mean? Or get a good clean shot off on you. Like, you can be fast on your feet, but if your head is on the line, all I got to do is wait for you to come in, and that's what Rodriguez did with a couple good stiff right hands. She was able to snap Machado's head back. But Machado, she came back with her own good shots, good left hooks on the inside, nice punches and bunches. Rodriguez, again, she was getting hit with some nice right hands, and Machado, she defended most of the takedowns here and controlled the clinches. So this was another one of those close rounds, but I had to give it to Machado this time. I had it tied here, 1-1. Third round, Machado, she opened up with some nice 1-2s, marking Rodriguez up. Rodriguez, she was making faces like in the beginning like she wasn't hurt, but we know what that means. Machado, she rattled Rodriguez with a pair of good right hands, backed her into the cage. Rodriguez, she looked faded, but she managed a takedown. Not much done with it, but they scored that. Machado, she jumped back up. She was walking Rodriguez down here, busting her up with some good shots. Rodriguez got her down twice, though. She got her down twice, though, in a matter of like 1 minute. And I think this is how she lost it. Machado was doing good, walking her down with the pressure. In my opinion, I would have gave the round to Machado just off of the striking and the control. But again, with those two takedowns, and then you got to factor in that she did finish on top in the last round. That's probably how they gave it to her. I like the work of Machado, but it was just those takedowns. She needed heavy work in the clinch and look to finish it. So overall, I think Rodriguez, she just did what she had to do to make it look more impressive, finishing in on top position here. And Machado just let her get the best of her, in that last round by taking her down. She should have kept it separate and just looked for big shots to end the fight. So I like Machado's work. I would have gave it to her, but yeah, I can see where they gave it to Rodriguez. As far as like, you know, what's next for Rodriguez here? She takes a lot of shots now. She's tough, but she takes a lot of shots. And I think, you know, even on the lower level of the strikers and the grapplers here and the dirty boxers and the UFC now, there'll be some tough fights for Rodriguez. So we'll see where she goes. You know, she enters the UFC. Uh, as for Machado, though, I can see her getting a contract. You know, eventually. You know, a couple things she needs to work on is her takedown defense. Committing more to volume jabs. You know, double and triple in the jab. Also, head movement. Like I said, she's got fast feet. I like her feints, but the head's got to come off the line. You know what I mean? The head's got to come off the line with these shots. So hopefully she gets a contract. I would have been cool with Dana giving both of them a contract that night because to me, Rodriguez didn't really like make a big statement and just step out of the box. I think both fighters showed like some good prospect level and some UFC level fighting in there when it came down to it. You know, they definitely did show some good signs of some better work than some of the strawweights they have on the lower level now, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So I think that it would have been cool if they gave them both a contract. But hopefully Machado, she gets one. Hopefully if there's like a late replacement needed, they'll just go ahead and sign her. No more contender series for her. But shout out to both fighters. Shout out to Machado. I like the work she put in. So yeah, guys, let me know if y'all saw the fight. Who do y'all think won? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.